trouble.
Real stories, real recovery.
Like, people's pronouns and how they dress are important in their identity. Like, don't be
Even in this route of recovery, get to real stories, real stories, real recovery. I am Kat, and I'm on the road of recovery.
My name is Roach, and I'm from Marietta, Ohio, and I have been sober since February 15th of 2022.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for joining us today. You could start off by sharing a bit about your childhood. What was life like growing up?
I was raised by a single mother for the most part. Our dad, early on, our dad had a crack addiction and ended up getting into trouble, and he went to prison. So our mom was basically did everything by herself, but she provided fully. She had a good job as a mail carrier. She did everything she possibly could. She went above and beyond to make sure that all of our needs were met, and we had a lot of what we wanted. She put us in every single sport and extracurricular activity that she could possibly get us into. Yeah, and it was good. She did everything she could.
So when you first started experimenting with alcohol or drugs, talk about that, what it did for you early on.
Okay, so, the way my mom explains it, there's just a light switch that flips in a second, but you turn 12. And I remember I was always against the grain. I didn't like going to school. She would put us down to bed and read us stories, do all this stuff, and then I would sneak and turn the TV back on at night. Just little behaviors. And then, when I was 12, I was just fascinated by the rebellious life. It just something about the rush of sneaking and hiding. I was just off to the races after that. I was like, oh, what else can we try? What else is there that we and that just spiraled very quick, very quickly.
So high school consequences, issues, talk about that to me.
Well, my consequences started very early on, because as soon as I started with the cigarettes, and then I was stealing men by the sake, and that's generally, yeah. Oh yeah, I was that bad 7th grader, a very bad one. It's a bad influence that parents didn't want their kids to hang out with because of. I would, oh my gosh, I did so much stuff. The acid, the coke, the shrooms, any kind of mind-altering.
And you survived?
Yeah. I was hanging out at the skate park with a bunch of older kids who all even partake in those activities, and so I joined in with them. And there was just something about feeling free. I don't know, I just so appealed to it.
How did your disease continue to progress?
I was 18 or 19. I was 19 by then, and I was working at a restaurant on the beach, a bunch of older people, and so that was what we did. We just go out and we'd sit on the beach all day, and then go out and drink all night long. But the thing with me was I never had a limit. I would drink until I was completely blacked out. There was no stop beat, but I could get up the next morning, so I thought it was okay. I just kept going. So that was the big thing for a long time, was that there was a few times we would dabble with coke here and there when we were drinking, nothing crazy. It wasn't something that I really took to. Until I met my daughter's father, and met him, little surfer boy on the beach. I was like, oh, this is it. Oh my gosh. And we were together for a little while, and he introduced me to pain pills. And I did it with him. I was like, this isn't even a good time. I don't even like this. It made my back hurt the next day. I was like, I'm not doing it. And then I thought I was pregnant. Completely straightened up. Everything was fine for a while. Until I had her. He got off the pain pills and started doing Subutex. He's like, well, okay, now it's fair trade. But as soon as I had her, I started drinking again. Immediately, blackout, drinking. So I didn't really have anything to do with raising my daughter the first couple of years because of it. And it quickly spiraled. I was losing the house, lost one of the cars. I've been living with his sister into a 2-bedroom apartment where 3 other people was already living at night. So with the 3 of us, so I was like, okay, this is it. I'm loading up, I'm going back home. And so my mom's saying, I just said, tell him I wasn't taking him with me until like right at the very end. I'm like, well, let me go get settled in and then I'll see if I can eat down there because I was stunned up. And we did. I loaded my daughter up in my car and we moved back here. I was here for a couple weeks and I brought back some of his Subutex with me. And what I didn't know what would happen when I ran out, which was the dosing. And at this time, my sister was on heroin. So she was like, I was laying on my mom's floor, sicker than dog, and I had the flu. And she was able to inform me I did not have this. I was, in fact, dope sick. And sister had a boyfriend had a brother. So the four of us got together. And he was like, oh, here, I had a cure for your sickness right now, which is heroin and a needle. And one thing led to another, and I fell in love with it. And it was, yeah, that was the beginning of the end. And so then I was everywhere, all over the place. Someone introduced me to meth, and then I was really in love. And then I was just gone with a bunch of stranger people that I can't. There was like 6 months of time that I can't really even recall because I was so far gone. It was just a whole series of events, nothing but in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. I think I ended up getting probation violation, and they did try. At this point, my sister had been clean for a long time. She was on the drug court for Mariana, and then I got in trouble. So when I went to court, we were advocating that I should get an Oriana house and be in drug court, and they allowed me to do that. And I went to Oriana house for 2.5 months. I was in the drug court. Everything was fine. I had a job. I was doing all that this we doing. I was like a dry drunk. COVID hit, and they had to release a bunch of us. I already had an approved address that was doing so well, so I was first on the list. And they threw an ankle monitor on me and sent me home. I was home for like 3 days. The neighbor I used to get high with, it was like, you got very boring very quick. Couldn't go to meetings, couldn't go to group, couldn't talk to anybody. I had no idea what to do. And I ran into him and was like, yeah, I'm anything. And that just started it. And then I figured out how to slip my ankle. Girl. My gosh. Yeah, it was very painful, but it got it done. Yeah, it was bad. And that was probably the worst gap of time. It was from October to the next January. I overdosed all the time. I didn't have care in the world. Abby would reach out to me all the time, like, are you ready? Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? It's like, oh, you guys are just trying to lock me back up. I'm not going. I just need to get a job in my own place and I'll be fine. Yeah, now. January 31st of 22, I got pulled over in West Virginia, leaving the dope man's house. And I had quite a bit of stuff on me. Dirty needles everywhere. And had active warrants for shoplifting or something from a year ago. I don't even know, from before the prison thing. Oh, yeah. So they took me to jail, and that was the sickest I'd ever been in real situational jail. I was dope sick. I was a kidney infection and COVID. I was very not okay. And I just remember like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm back in the work jumpsuit. I can't believe it. And I was done. I was just absolutely done at that point. And I knew I was. The difference was when I went to jail, you get that one phone call, like, oh, you can call his house. I didn't want to say, I'm not using that. I don't want anybody to know I'm here again. Usually I'm like 911 to my mom and my sister, like, oh, we put money on my books. And that's how I was like, I just can't. I was sick of lying to them. I was like telling them what they want to hear to support me and help me. Like I'm done. So I'll leave it alone. So, and I didn't until I made it to GP. And then I finally called my sister and it's locked up yet. Oh yeah, we know. We've been waiting. So they put some money on my books. I didn't even ask them to, but they lock you. Yeah, and so they don't want me to go without them. They know how it is. So this time I was just like, I'm not telling them anything. I'm not. And my sister off retreat again. At the time, her husband Tim was the intake coordinator for Land of Goshen in Ironton. So she's like, she asked if they wanted me out, if I would go to treatment. Yeah, absolutely, I'll go. Just do not send me to a faith-based facility, like anywhere else, but not that. And she was basically like, well, that's your option. You can take it or leave it. It was either that or some other year-long program at West Virginia where you can't smoke cigarettes. I was like, that's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to work for me. But I didn't believe in God at the time. And so I just had like these crazy method theories about like, I don't even want to, it was just ridiculous what I thought in my brain. But at this point, I was just so ready and willing to try anything I had to not be sitting in a jail cell again. And so I explained my theories to Tim on the phone, and I can't ever remember what he said to me, but he just said something and the light just clicked on, and I was like, okay, all right, let's try this. And I went and borrowed one of those little jail Bibles from the celly and hit my bunk and started reading it, and was like, okay, everybody says that this might be the way, so it's worth a shot.
Worked for my sister.
Yep. So I tried, and they bonded me out on Valentine's Day. My 30th birthday was the very next day, and that was the day I got to rehab. So I declared that's my sober day to me, because my mom bonded me up on Valentine's Day and then let me buy some beer at the gas station and chill me out. So I was drinking at the hotel the night before I had to go. So I don't count the jail time, right? Start on the 30th birthday. I can keep one good number, makes it easy to count. One birthday every year, one sober day. So as soon as I walked in the door, I just knew that was where I needed to be. And nobody was trying to shove God down my throat. They gave me the knowledge, the capabilities to find the knowledge on my own terms. And that was what I needed. And was surrounded by people that when I had questions, they were able to answer. It was a comfortable place to love Jesus and praise him and to give him all the thanks for everything, kind of just see where he was working in my life before I even believed him. And when I started to realize that, I was like, oh my gosh, like if he was still willing to save someone that completely denied him, then there's grace and mercy are endless. So yeah, and I went in with an open mind and open heart and that willingness of a drowning man. I always think the willingness of a drowning man. And it's just, everything's been great ever since. I was at least one meeting a day if I could. Most of the time, two, if possible.
So you build a bit of a foundation, and do you move back to Ohio then, or what'd you do?
Yeah. I was able to get a cute little house down here. It's perfect for me and Riley. And everything kind of has transpired very quickly since I came back here. I started here as a case manager. And now somehow I've managed to wiggle my way up to the sober living. I just saw a need and asked him and was like, can I just go do this instead? And just one thing has led to another. And now I'm writing policies and procedures for a sober living house. Who knew that I was capable of this? It's absolutely mind-blowing. So I had to stop and I'm like, how did I get here? What is really going on right now? Yes. So a lot of my time in Ironton was very AA, NA stuff. I didn't really go to church down there. And then when I moved back here, now I don't really go to AA or NA stuff very often. And now I'm more church and faith-based stuff here. And so kind of over the last 2.5 years, gotten both sides of everything in the order that I needed them to be in too. So, but man, it's just been nothing but great to be back here because now I have a great relationship with my sister. We couldn't stand each other growing up, and now I can't imagine going a day without seeing her or talking to her or something. My nephews know who I am. They don't look at me like a stranger. My mom, she trusts me to come in that house. Trust me with their credit card numbers now. It's crazy. Yeah. Then there's been the whole thing with my daughter, her dad, and that's I've been fighting to try and get her back because I got a lot of her school records and he wasn't able to get her to school. So how old is she? 11. And she's missed almost half of every single school year since pre-K. It's bad, and it shows too. So finally, I convinced him, like, you're gonna go to jail if she doesn't come here. You can't. Nothing's changing. You can't get her to school. So give me a try. Like, it's worth the shot. If she doesn't want to be here, she can cut back. So we did everything on our own without the court system. Got her down here. I filed some kind of motion that saying that I had custody of her to be in school here, because you have to have that to even enroll her.
Yeah.
And there's paperwork he had to go sign at the courthouse, and he just wouldn't go. And then we had court, and he didn't show up. They let me do it over Zoom because I'm so far away. And all you have to do is show up, and he didn't show up. So I was granted full custody back in March. So now she's here, and now our things go like as a new full-time mom. My gosh, well, she has a lot of resentment and hate towards me, and it comes out all day, every day. There's really no discipline structure, and we're staying on bad. And that is not the case. If we are on a schedule, we are on a routine. This is how we're gonna do things.
Which is exactly what children need.
Yeah, and she acts like she needs it a lot, but the more and more like they go on, I can see the signs of how she does like her schedule. Like now she knows shower at 8, bed at 9, no exceptions. So we're getting there. We still have a lot of
That's incredible.
yeah.
That really is to be able to find what you need for her and be your mom. And yeah,
It's awesome. Yeah, it's very oh my gosh, but I just have to remind myself, like, it's okay. You don't have to love me every second. And she's 11, like she's in puberty, so now it's a really her against the world thing right now. I just quit taking it personal because I still, missed everything. So sometimes I'm like, where did my sweet little 2-year-old, 3-year-old go that wanted nothing but to sit on my lap and cuddle and, but I missed all that. So now I'm having this preteen life, and that's okay. Like, this is exactly where she needs to be. And
so well, it's all new to her. She's got an aunt, an uncle, grandma. She's got nephew, her cousin,
cousins. Cousins.
Yeah. Well, your story is incredible, and the energy that you have, and the vibrant excitement that you have for life is just incredible. Thank you so much.